everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome to another Saturday Stash Dive video, and this time we are doing birthday cards. So I figured for doing birthday cards I would just pull out a whole bunch of birthday type stamps, and that first one I'm using is actually from Studio Calico, and it's called, I think, Calico Borders. It's an older one, and there was one on there that says happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. But I decided to use this airmail one, and so I'm going to be using a whole bunch of Hero Arts inks. I'm going to be showing them to you as I go. They are Cornflower, Soft Pool, Tide Pool, Green Leaf, Bubble, or no, can't remember the other ones, but you'll see them as I go along. And I just basically go in rainbow order. That one's the Green Hills. And yeah, so I just keep going in rainbow order and just stamping this airmail stamp set all the way across. And this one is Buttercup for the yellow, and then I'm going to be using this Soft Peach for kind of like an orangey color. And then Fresh Tomato for the reddish color. And then Bubblegum for the pink. And then I'm going to be putting in some purple here. And you're going to see me stamping off on a scratch piece of paper just because I wasn't really sure which color would go. And I'm using my Fiskars stamp press just so that I can get everything to line up really well. So this is the grape soda that I debated on using, and it's a little dark. All the colors I have here are really bright and really fun, so I want to try to keep it a little bit lighter and brighter. So I'm actually using the Hero Arts Neon Purple ink, and I really like how that turned out. However, I didn't clean my stamp off very well, so you're going to see when I lift it up, when I stamped with the cornflower, it kind of gave this purpley blue color. So I was just gonna run with it and go again. So you can see it lightened when I went with the soft pool, it lightened it up quite a bit again. So here I'm going to go back in with I think the soft pool again, just to stamp over top of it, and this time I'm going over with the cornflower. And then I'm going to be stamping in the soft blue again. That'll be the last color. And I was right up at the very top, so I just used this post-it note roll to get that last little bit. And I was going to use the card just like this, and then I don't know, it just felt like I wanted to do something more with it. So I actually cut it down to, I believe, 3 3/4 wide by the full 5.5 tall. And then I'm using these heart dies from the Dear Lizzie Daydreamer line. I had this out in my my own scrapbooking kit, so I just thought I would use them. So I'm just gonna roll the big one and the one of the little ones first, and there's only 2 hearts, so I'm just gonna go back and do that small heart again and just use the same post-it note. So there you can see I've got some of those holes cut in it. I'm going to use those hearts, not in this video, but I'll use them later on another card, so they won't go to waste. And I'm just taking another card base, and I'm going to pop dot those that panel up with pop dots, just so that I can get a little bit of a variegated look. Give it a little bit of dimension. And here I'm looking for a stamp set, and I'm using, I think this is from Simon Says Stamp, and it's the birthday one. I think it came in June or July last year. So, and I'm just using some Memento ink. I'm just going to ink that up and just kind of stamp it off to the side. And then here I'm going to add some pop dots. And I add quite a few just because this is a little bit of thinner cardstock, and I just don't want it to kind of sag in the middle a little bit. So I'm just going to be using probably more than needed, but that's okay. And then when I stick it down, I'm not going to stick it completely centered. I'm going to kind of put it more to one side, but just making sure I line up that happy birthday in that heart. So my head will be in the way here. I'm sorry. And then I'm just going to trim off the extra. And then here I'm just going to take some black strips of cardstock. I just had this in my stash, my scrap basket. So I'm just going to take some Tombow Mono Multi, run a line right across the edge of that paper, and then just stick it down. And then just kind of let it dry just a little bit, and then grab my scissors and trim off the ends. And then that just kind of frames that piece. It's very Jennifer Maguire inspired. Here I have some black enamel dots and just going to scatter them around the card, and then that'll be it. That card is finished. Show you some close-ups. So for this card here, I took the Dear Lizzie embossing folder, which is a whole bunch of banners with these pretty little bows kind of joining them. And I embossed that with some vellum cardstock. And then I dug in to these vellum and chipboard pieces that I had in my scrapbooking kit that I had made. And there was these vellum balloons and then this frame, which I thought was really awesome and really pretty. So I just thought I would use it. And I wanted a bigger bird, so I just found a chipboard bird in there. And I'm just going to glue that top balloon down just so that it doesn't kind of peel off. So you can see I put some pop dots underneath this chipboard piece, but I only took them off on one side just to so I could tuck things underneath, but I just wanted to make sure that it was going to stay where it needed to be. So I don't have them all peeled up yet. And I'm sorry I'm off screen a little bit. I took that Gold and Craft washi tape that is from Maggie Holmes, and I had first stamped with the Memento black ink, but it doesn't work very well, so I went back over with some jet black archival ink, and that worked awesome. And so I'm just gonna glue that down. And then this Yay banner is from Freckle Fawn, so I'm just gonna glue that down. And then I needed something in this top corner here, so I was just kind of looking through these die cut pieces, and I found this gold photo corner, so I'm going to use that, stick it down. And here I'm just going to peel off all those other little pop dots just so that they stick down now that I don't have to worry about it. And then when I glue this down, I'm just going to use some Tombow Mono Multi, and I'm just going to go where the pieces lay flat up against the card, and then I'm not going to worry about gluing the rest of the piece down because you would see it through. So, and then here we're moving on to the last card. So I got this stamp set from Ellen, so I thought this was an awesome way to use up this stamp, or not use up the stamp, but use this stamp because she did give it to me. I wanted it in a giveaway of hers, so I thought it was kind of befitting. So I'm going to stamp the one elephant in Memento ink, and then I'm going to stamp the other one. I'm just trying to find a gray, so I've got soft granite and charcoal out here, so I'm just going to test them and see which gray I like better, and I'm going to end up using the charcoal. It's just a little bit of a darker gray. And I'm just checking my placement. So here I'm going to take this a spare or scrap piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to stamp that. It says hope your birthday is huge, and I'm just going to stamp that in on some scratch piece of cardstock with Memento ink, and I'm just erasing the lines underneath the elephant. I just wanted to make sure that they were a little bit straight, so I'm just erasing that pencil line. And here I'm borrowing my daughter's Copics, and I'm just trying to find what I can color that big elephant with. And she doesn't have any gray, so I actually used, it's BG10 I believe, and I'm not sure what the blue is, but it's kind of a darker blue. And I'm just going to blend those out. And this is not the best paper to blend with, so it does bleed through, but that's okay. I'm just going to give it to whoever I need to anyway, and they can just love it for what it is. So here I'm just doing some very, very, very simple coloring. No big genius about this. Basically, I use that dark blue for underneath in the shading, and then the light blue to fill in. And then here, I'm sorry my head's going to be in the way a lot. I'm taking this frame and I'm coloring it pink on the outside, and then I'm going to be using a green on the inside. And I will move my head in a minute here, I promise. And I don't know what colors I used, honestly, because they aren't my markers. I just stole them from my daughter for a few minutes, and then I went and put them back. So yeah, here I'm just kind of took a darker color, and now I'm taking a lighter color on the inside, and then just doing some quick coloring. And I wasn't too concerned about going on the outside because I was just knew I was going to cut it out. So here I'm just finishing cutting it out, and then I'm going to put some pop dots on. Oh, first I take this is the Pit brush, big brush, and I'm just going around the outsides of it with the black marker just so that it looks finished. And then I'm going to put some pop dots on, and then I'm going to stick that down. Oh, not before I do some grass first. There's a little grass piece in this stamp set, and at first I was just going to go like that and be done, but it kind of looked not finished. So actually what I do is I stamp the bottom legs of the elephant on the the post-it note tape, and then I'm just going to use that as a mask over top, and then I'm going to stamp around or over top of that mask, so then it looks like the grass is behind the elephant. And I'm going to do the same thing to this little elephant here as well. And it's not perfect, like I don't cut it perfect, I just want it to be very simple. So, and I don't go all the way to the edge, I just kind of leave a little bit before, a little white space before and a little white space after. And here I'm just filling in with some pink ink, the little flowers. There was a little flower stamp in there. And so sticking down that, and then that's pretty much done. So here are the close-ups of the cards, and make sure you check out Ellen's channel for what she came up with, and we will talk to you guys soon. Bye!